Hi there, guys. Don with Pa's Garden Journal. Glad to have you with me today, and it's a beautiful sunshine day. And we're going to be finally starting to work on the garden area, as you can see behind me here. We're starting to get ready for the spring planting. Now, as I look at this thing today, you can see I've already pulled the tarps off of this side, and what you're seeing down there now is where I'm putting down some new fabric with the holes in them for planting. I've got about half of it done, and I realized I need to let you know what's going on and how I'm preparing my garden for this year. So we'll do that step by step as I take a look at this morning, and glad to have you along with me today. So hang in there. We're fixing to do some work. Alrighty, guys, as we take a closer look at this now, got me out of the way. Here's what the few beds I've got left. This is the first half I'm working on. I've got this half done this week earlier, and I've already got started on the blank space you see right there is where I'm going to put my flowers. I haven't done that yet. But this other area is covered with the walkways as well as the planting rows. What I've got left on this side are the two planting rows left, and I'm working on that one today. And I'll walk you through that whole process here in just a minute, show you what I've been doing. All right, guys, the first thing I have to do is I start to prepare these beds. I've got the tarps out of the way. Like I said, the walkway, the clear dirt area you see is where I'm going to do the planting. So those are my planting beds. And the first thing I do is take and put 2 pounds, based on my extension agency's recommendation. I'm taking 2 pounds of 15-0-15 fertilizer for each 30-foot row. And each one of these rows behind me here are 30 feet each. So first thing first, before I till it up, before I do anything, I sprinkle this out. And that's all there is to that part of it. All right, step 2 is I got my handy dandy little hand tiller that breaks up that soil, and that's what I do next. And it mixes that fertilizer in too, and this is the next step. Whew, just like that. That step is taken care of. And that leads me to the next step. And for that, I'm going to go over to my compost bins and get a wheelbarrow load of my finished compost and bring that over and spread it out on these beds. Here we go. The next step, got a wheelbarrow full of the composted leaves, kitchen scraps, wood chips out of the hen house. And this has been a year since these have been in there. So they've mixed up good, got some really good topsoil. And I'll put this down on this bed about maybe an inch thick. And I'll do that all the way down the bed. And this is kind of, I don't even till it in. I've done the tilling part already when I put the fertilizer down, which broke the soil up. And this will just add a topping to that, and we'll go from that. I've got to do this whole row, and then I've got to do this whole row. And when we get through with that, I'll come back to you for the final step. Alrighty. Well, I got that side put down, that one row. I just thought I'd take a break, show you up close. That's the a good inch layer, maybe an inch and a half in places, of my compost out of the compost bin. And I'll put that on the other bed there on the right, and that'll finish that one off. And then that'll take care of probably this first half of the garden. And then in the next week or so, I'll start on the other half. So that's the way we're working. And we do a little bit every day and try not to break a sweat. And when we do, there's a porch swing at the end of this video where I go sit. This is called a woven weed fabric. It's not black plastic. It's woven. It's you have to burn it to cut it so it doesn't fray. And about 2 years ago now, I did this for the first time, and I love it. But as you can see, I've got holes in it, and those holes are where I put the seeds. And again, I have a pattern cut out, and I just laid it down on the ground and laid the board down and used my little torch and burned the holes in it. And now this is what I'm going to put down over this bed, and I used a long 6-inch galvanized staples to hold it in place. And this works a whole lot better when you don't have a windy day. So, of course, the minute I start trying to do this, the wind picks up. You get gusts coming through all the time, but I won't bear you with all this. I'll just show it back to you when I get it put down. I know it's funny to watch me do it, but well, there we go. Got that one in place. And now I've got just this one left to do, and I'll get that done shortly after lunch and a little bit of a break. So hang in there. Well, guys, that's it for today. Got all this prep work done. I've got this front half of the garden done, which you can see right here that we worked on today. And it's finished except for that one strip right there that is for my flowers. And will put a tarp on that. I've just got to cut it and then get the holes burned in it. But I didn't have it because I'm using 3 rows of holes on that bed only. So I did not have one pre-cut already. But anyway, I got that to do. And the only other thing I've got left to do is to put up my tomato trellis. And I may let you watch how I do that. And if so, that'll be in the next couple of videos somewhere along the way. But also, you can see in the background over there, I've still got my winter tarps down on the back half of this garden. And we'll be getting to that probably in the month of April. And that'll wind me down so everything's ready to go come planting time at May 1st. So I appreciate you being with me today, and I'm looking forward to having you with me again. And like I said, I enjoy this, and especially on these sunshiny days, even though the wind's blowing today. But I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one. And like I said before, I'm going to the porch swing and have a glass of iced tea. See you then.